वो बोला घुसी गया था आकाशात आला करू तारू तो एंट्री આવતી नहीं तने बतावे तो तारो देखा जा कि आकाश पटेल आया को होस्ट કરી શકો તમે એવું થઈ ગયું તું મને को होस्ट કરી શકીશ ગુડ મોર્નિંગ ફ્રેન્ડ્સ so let's summarize the previous topic we have discussed 4 to 5 different types of numericals based on Coulomb's law yesterday still we have few more types remain from the same topic so I wrote this problem previously to save our time and we are going to start from this one today so let me read the question again the electric force acting between 2 point charges kept at certain distance in vacuum is 8 Newton right if they are kept at the same distance in a medium of dielectric constant 2 dielectric constant then the electric force acting between them whenever those bodies are poured in a medium with dielectric constant 2 then the scenario is different than that of in vacuum right so calculate the new force in them so as we solved more than 4-5 numericals yesterday based on the formula F equals K Q upon R square right this is the Coulomb's law or the formula of force electrical force so I am giving you 2 to 3 minutes for your self practice and if you can't then we will solve the problem okay so your time starts now just wrote the problem because it is not from your textbook so please write it first and then go for the solution first write the question you are not allowed to chat so if anyone got the answer please raise your hand firstly both the charges are kept in vacuum and then they kept in a medium with dielectric constant 2 what is symbol of dielectric constant we can write it as K or we can write it as ER because it depends on the ratio of permittivity which is known as relative permittivity and it is given 2 and we ask for new force कुछ लोगों को लगेगा कि something is missing over there. The value of k is not given. The value of charge is also not given. But we have to solve the problem using the data whatever given in the question. So think in that direction. So your 2 minutes is over. So now please focus on the board. Let's write first formula of force using Coulomb's law. We know that F is equals to K Q square upon R square. And thereby we also can write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q square by R square. Right? Here the permittivity is of vacuum or free space. Right? Now, electrical force in a medium, let's denote it with F then the formula is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon instead epsilon 0. This is the permittivity, this is the permittivity of vacuum. Now here epsilon is the permittivity of medium. And then Q square, because both the charges are going to remain same, R square as the distance is also the same. Now we ask for the force in second case. So let's divide second formula with first. So it is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q square by R square. Q square by R square. Is it so? So, right. You have given value of F, you have given value of epsilon by epsilon 0 as well. Why? Because relative permittivity is also denoted by epsilon or epsilon 0, which in turn defined as dielectric constant, and its value given to us for this problem is 2. So now go for it and get your answer. Let's move to next topic now. Okay. The next topic we are going to discuss is also about an electrical force. But here, the electrical force generated by more than one charges on any one charge. Did you get that? What we discussed till now, electrical force between 2 point-like charges. That means an electrical force generated by one charge on another one charge. So it's a force generated on 1-to-1. Now we are going to discuss a topic in which the electrical force generates on a single charge by more than one charges. So for this purpose, we are not allowed to use the formula given by Coulomb's law directly. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि एक पे लगता हुआ फोर्स दूसरे जिसके कारण लग रहा है वो कैलकुलेट कर लो and get your final answer and then after दूसरे के चार्ज पे लगता हुआ फोर्स कैलकुलेट करना शुरू करो, then get its own answer and then add them. नहीं. So let I have a system of these three charges. Q1, here somewhere some other charge is present, Q2. All of these charges are present in air. Let me assume that. Okay, and here some another charge, Q2. Now if I am assuming them in three-dimensional coordinate system, then the origin may be somewhere here and the position vector of this charge is R2. I hope you all remember that concept of vectors, and here OQ2 representing the position vector of Q2 from origin. Similarly, for Q3, the position vector is R3. Similarly, the position vector of this charge also equals R1. Now, the Q3 charge generates force on Q1 in this direction. Similarly, Q2 charge generates electrical force on this charge in this direction. As we discussed the same thing for two charges in our previous topic of Coulombian force, right? Similarly, here also we can assume the directions of force generated by charges Q2 and Q3 on Q1. So, as I told you, now we are going to get the formula of electrical force on a charge bar more than one charges. Here we are going to take two charge only, but it is also true for any number of charges which generates force on Q1. By using the same method, we can derive the formula as well as its magnitude. So let me define the forces. Here, the force is generated by Q3 and it is on Q1. So we have to write 1, 3. So similarly, it is 2, 3. And their resultant vector, according to our knowledge of parallelogram, agreed, is in this direction, which is equals to F1 only. So F1 is the sum of 2, 1 what? 1. So we have to write 1, 3. And then it's from 2. That's why it's 1, 2. Let me rewrite that. It is on 1. So 1 comes first. And it is by 2. So it's 1, 2. Right. Then what is this? It's a distance between what? 1 and 3. 1 and 2. So we can write R1 minus R2, right? Yes, it is given in the Coulomb's law. Now, let's derive the formula. For that purpose, how we can get the final answer of F1, the force generated on charge Q1. So there is a provision for this kind of summation, which is known as superposition theorem. Yes, it is same as it was in vectors in 11th standard. Superposition theorem. But here the case is for forces. So when more than one charges generates an electrical force on a charge. See, it is not necessary that the charge should be one only. It is true for each and everyone in cluster, right? Some force on a charge total force on it is a vector sum of all individual forces. So this is the superposition theorem, or even we can write V when more than one Coulombian forces are acting on a charge, the resultant Coulombian force acting on it is equals to the vector sum of all individual forces. Now, let's consider a system of recharges as shown in the figure. Position vectors of charges Q1, Q2, and Q3 are R1, R2, and R3 respectively. Let's find Coulombian force on Q1 by Q2 and Q3. Okay, so here we have a system of three charges, 2, 1, 2, and 3, having their position vectors are 1, 2, and 3 from one respective origin point, and the electrical force generated on Q1 due to Q2 and Q3, that is to say the total resultant force F1 is our time. Okay, so for that purpose we need to use superposition theorem. What it tells? When more than one charges generates an electrical force or Coulombian force on a charge, total force on it, that is on that charge, is a vector sum of all individual forces. So just write it. Please draw the figure also. State your statement over here because the theory is not completed yet. See, someone asked that, sir, 2 wala charge 3 पे force लगेगा? Yes, it is. If we are calculating the force generated on Q3, then the forces on each are Q31 because of this and Q32 because of this. But mind well, whenever one charge is executing force on the other one, the force due to the remaining one is also there. So it's a cumulative effect. And that's why we are saying that it's a vector sum of all charges. The forces generated by all charges present within that charge or around that charge. So Q2 वाला charge भी force लगाएगा Q3 पे भी और Q1 पे भी. But we are discussing the total electrical force on Q1 right now. That's why we are just focusing on it. All of them exert force on all of them. See, here we are showing a system of charges which include three charges, point-like charges, Q1, 2, and 3, separated like this. We are assuming a origin and defining their distances from the origin, and so that the position vectors of them in sequence from 1, then 2, then 3 are R1, R2, and R. This is their position, right? Now, our question is to find electrical force generated on charge this. So, how many charge left over there? 2, 2 and 3. So, both of them are going to exert force on it, right? According to our previous knowledge, the direction of force generated due to Q3 is in this direction. If both of them are same, then the repulsion generates. And if they are unlike, then effective force is generated or in this direction. So in that case also, we can assume a line of action of the force like this. Similarly, for by Q2, it is like this. So the resultant force of it is F1 because of these two. But how we can get this resultant force? For that purpose, we are supposed to use superposition theorem, which tells that when more than one charge generates an electrical force on a charge, then total force on it is a vector sum of all individual forces by this one, by this, that one. Even we have a system of n particles, then we can assume like this. Let I have a system of n charges. And amongst that all, I am assuming 4. And let's calculate the total force generated on charge Q2. Then what happened? From this in this direction, from this in this direction, from this in this direction, the forces are like this. And this will give us resultant force F2. And from this, we can see that the force due to this over here, due to this over there, due to this even here somewhere. So it is a sum of 1, 3, 4, right? The force on 2. What? Force on 2 from 1, from 3, from 4. So we have to take vector sum of 2, 1. That is the force on 2 by 1, 2, 3. That is the force on 2 by 3. And 2, 4. That is the force on 2 by 4. Similarly, here we have only 2 charges except that one. So the force on 1 is because of these 2. That's why we just need 2 vector forces, F1, 2 and 1, 3. And by adding them, we can get our formula of F1 for what we asked. Okay. So let's move ahead. Just concentrate on the bottom. Now, according to superposition theorem, electric force on charge Q2 is F2. Find where I am representing the force in vector form. So on 2, sorry, we are going to find the force on 1 according to our figure. So it's 1. And if it is 1, then the number comes first on which the force exerted. 1 by 2. And then F 1 by 3. This is our formula number 1. Also, according to Coulomb's law, F12 is equals to K Q1 Q2 R12 square R12. I am not mentioning vector or arrow over here. That means it is magnetic, and that's why it is 2, right? A. And what about 1, 3? Then it is K Q1 Q3 upon R 1, 3 square 1, 3 cap B. Then put values of equation A and B in equation 1. Then our new formula F1 is equals to KQ1 Q2 upon R12 square R12 cap plus Q3 upon R13 cap. Right? Here we can see that K and Q1 is common in both the cases. So the formula is like this. Now, Fy is equals to F1 is also written as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. For what? For K. Just to make it attractive only, huh? Nothing else. No change is there. It will not give any change in magnitude of the final force. Okay, then see here 1 is also stands with the R. R 1 2 1 2 and then 1 3 1 3. So 1 remains common while second digit is changing to 3. If we have n charges, then up to n. It changes like this, right? So we can write Q1 over here. Is it so? And then a summation. Here it is for only 2 charges. Then it looks easy. But if it is a cluster of n charges, then the formula becomes so large. For that particular purpose, we are allowed to write the formula like this, that I equals 2 up to 3. But I not equals 1. Even we cannot, even we not write this I not equals to 1, then also we are correct, because we are going to mention it. So now here it is Qi nebula U, Q2, Q3, both are denoted with I equals to 2 up to 3. So it is 2 and 3. And what is the relation between them? It's a summation, which is denoted by the sigma symbol. Now divided by R1 I square, R1 I cap. So for a system of small n charges having position vectors having magnitudes Q1, Q2 dot Qn with position vector R1, R2 up to Rn, comma, the resultant force on charge Q1 is F1 is equals to K Q1 bracket Q2 upon R1 2 square R1 2 cap plus dot plus Qn R1n 1n square R1n cap, right? So we can write F1 is equals to K Q1 sigma I equals 2 to n. So we can write Qi upon R1 I square R1 I. Yeah. We can also denote these formulas or show these formulas using its expanded form, like R1 minus Ri module square. You can write like that. Here, R1 minus Ri module square. If you are interested to show the formula in its simplest form, then you can write like that also. Okay. So according to superposition theorem, which states that the resultant electrical force generated on a charge by more than one charges is always a vector sum of all individual forces, right? And using that superposition theorem, we are finding the electric force on the charge Q1, on the charge Q1, which is equals to F1, 1 to 100. What is 1 2 according to Coulomb's law? It is like this, K cube Q over R square R1 to cap, right? F1 3. Then put this to value in first formula. And then we will write it, we can write it just like this also, right? Now, so if we have given a system of small n charges with different magnitudes Q1 up to Qn and the respective position vectors R1 up to Rn, then we can write the total electrical force exerted on any one charge Q1 is F1 equals Q1 sigma I equals, what are the numbers which can generate the force? We can generate forces on Q1 from 2 to n. So we can write I1 equals, so we have to write I1 equals 2 to n. And then it is like this. Qi representing 1, 2, 2, 3 up to n. 1i, 1i. Write it down and complete your theorem.
हेलो सर। हेलो राजेश सर।
बोलो बोलो।
हेलो સર અમુક શું કે માઇક અનમ્યુટ કરી દે છે ને એમનો ફૂટેજ આવવા લાગે છે બતાવતું નહીં જે લખેલું છે એટલા માટે બધાને મ્યુટ કરી દેજો ને એમની ફૂટેજ આવી જાય છે ને તો તમારું લખેલું જતું રહે છે તમારું જે વિડીયો બતાવે છે
तो वीडियो पिन कर देना।
તો ડાઉટ છે
જેને ડાઉટ છે એ લોકો પૂછો વન બાય વન.
સર આપણે ડાયરેક્ટ રિઝલ્ટન્ટ કાઢી ના કરી શકીએ
આપણે લોકોએ બહુ જ ઓછા સ્ટેપ લખ્યા ભાઈ. સી આપણે સુપરપોઝિશન થિયરમ નું સ્ટેપ મૂકી અને સિંગલ સ્ટેપ સોલ્યુશન બતાવી ડાયરેક્ટ આન્સર જ લખ્યા. આ જ વસ્તુ ન્યુમેરિકલમાં કરવા જશો તો તે વખતે તમે લેટ્સ સે વી હેવ ગિવન 3 ચાર્જીસ એન્ડ વી આર આસ્ક ફોર ધ ટોટલ ઇલેક્ટ્રિકલ ફોર્સ ઓન ધ ફોર્થ વન બાય ધીસ 3. તો તું 3 વખત F1 2 1 2 1 2 કરું 3 સોલ્યુશન અને ધેન આફ્ટર એનો સમ કરવા જાઉં એમાં જેટલો ટાઈમ લાગે એના કરતા જો તું આ ફોર્મ્યુલા મૂકી દઉં તો સિંગલ ટાઈમ મહેનતમાં સીધા આન્સરે પહોંચે. સો ઇટ રિડ્યુસીસ યોર એફર્ટ એન્ડ ટાઈમ બોથ.
સર સેકન્ડ લાસ્ટ સ્ટેપ ના સમજ પડી.
સેકન્ડ લાસ્ટ મતલબ આ
ના એ નહીં એની ઉપર
હા
એની ઉપર હા હા એ જ.
see this is completely equal to this step but this is the form to show the formula with proper symbolic version. That's it. As we know that the sum of any quantities may also represent using this symbol sigma which indicates summation of charge 2 and 3, nothing else. The meaning and answer of both these formula is equal but this is one type of symbolic representation, nothing else.
તો એ લખીએ તો એ ના લખીએ ચાલે?
If you ask for theorem, if the question is in theory portion, then it is mandatory. Because this is the final solution obtained. So अगर आपको थियरी पोर्शन में 2 मार्क के लिए क्वेश्चन में दिया गया है तो ये फॉर्मूला आनी ही चाहिए. Is there anyone else? जो लोग बता रहे हैं कि सर कॉर्नर में थोड़ा देखने में तकलीफ हो रही है वो लोग चिंता न करें क्योंकि आफ्टर लेक्चर वी विल सेंड यू दी फोटोकॉपीज ऑफ दिस written boards. Okay, so it will not be a question. So now let's move ahead. Write down a question based on this concept. Please write down the question. 3 equal charges, 3 equal charges having a magnitude of 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb are placed at the 3 corners of a right angle triangle of sides 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, and 5 centimeter. 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, sorry, it looks like a curve. 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, and 5 centimeter. Right angle triangle, right? Find the force on the charge. Find the magnitude of force. Please add the word magnitude, because I'm not interested in having its direction right now. So we are just going to find the magnitude of the force. Find the force, magnitude of force on the charge at the right angle corner. Let me show it with Q1, Q2, and Q3. Okay. So we are asked for F1. This is our question. Let me repeat the question once again. Please check. The equal charges, each having a magnitude of 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb, are placed at the corners, 3 corners of a right angle triangle of sides 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter, and 5 centimeter. Find the magnitude of force on the charge at right angled corner. This is your question. So I am waiting for 5 minutes. That is to say, you have been given 5 minutes to solve it. And if you can't, then we will solve it together. Mind well, all the position vectors are there. But use that magic formula of solution. What I always tell you, first bring or collect all the given data separate. Then use it in the formula which was discussed in the theorems. As you separate the digits, you will definitely get your idea of the formula, which formula is going to be used. In this question, we have not given the value of k, but now I hope every one of us know that its value is 9 into 10 raised to 9 SI. And mind well, As we are going to take this value in SI form, this value of R must be converted in SI before using, before their use. The answers observed in chat are wrong. The answers observed in chat are wrong. Total Coulombian force on a charge due to more than one charges can only be calculated using superposition theorem. This is the rule, and we have to follow this rule. So just try to solve the problem using genuine rule. जल्दबाजी की मजा मौत की सजा, ऐसा हुआ, दोनों के आंसर गलत है. Let me help you a bit. Q1, Q2, Q3, 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb, which is in SI. R1 is a position of Q1 which is on origin of this system, so it is 0, 0 meter. Even it is in meter remains 0. That's why I am able to write meter direct. Now about R2. R2, which is the position of Q2, which is 4 centimeter away in X, and in Y it is 0. It is only in X. So it is 4 centimeter and then 0. But centimeter. But according to our discussion, previous discussion, we have to convert all the quantities in SI in similar unit system. So 4 centimeter divided by 100 meter, that is 0.04. Similarly for third charge, R3. Where is R3? It's here. How far it is and in which direction? It is 3 centimeter away in Y and 0 in X. So it is 0, 3 divided by 100 to convert it in meter. So it's 0.03 meter. Now we are ready with all the data. Okay, and our question is to find the magnitude modulus, magnitude of F1, the final answer of force on 1. So according to superposition theorem, F1 is equals to F12 plus F13. That's why F1 is equals to K Q1 in bracket Q2 R1 minus R2 module Q. Why it is Q? Because unit vector is R1 minus R2 divided by its own magnitude. So that magnitude is multiplied with the square of the remaining part. And similarly, Q3 upon R1 minus R3 cube is like in the first case here. So this is the formula. अब ध्यान से सुनो, जो लोग जल्दबाजी में सीधा इसमें वैल्यू डालकर सॉल्व करने जाएगा, they have to pay for this in external exam. Why? Because it may take more than 2 hours if you are going to add the values of each quantity directly in this formula. तो तुम्हारे 2 घंटे इसी में चले जाएंगे out of 3 hours. So जो ट्रिक यहाँ लगानी है वो ध्यान से सुनो. Never put values of quantities in formula like this. Just find their magnitude or values separately and then add or then insert them in the formula. So let me denote it as equation 1. And now let me start to find the values required. R1 minus R2. R1 minus R2. Even we required it is in vector form also. So let's start with this. Now R1 minus R2. What is R1? 0, 0. What is R2? So 0 minus this, minus 0.04, 0 minus 0, 0. And that's why its magnitude right? Because स्क्वायर माइनस का प्लस हो जाएगा और स्क्वायर्ड है तो उसका स्क्वायर रूट फिर से वही आएगा. So this is the values of these two, and R1 minus R3 equals 0 minus 0.03, right or not? R1 minus R3, 0 minus 0, that 0 minus this. That's why module of 1 minus 3 is equals to 0.03, as like this. Okay. So now we have this, that. All the values are ready now. Even for this specific case, as we have given all the charges of equal magnitudes, we have one more benefit to bring these Q2 and 3 as a common, which will reduce our work to some extent. That's why from equation 1, F1, okay, K, 9 into 10 raised to 9, Q1, 2 into 10 raised to minus 6. See, Q2, Q3 also has same value. So let's take it common. That's why this becomes square now. Divided by, what is the value of these and that? R1 minus R2, R1 minus R2, this, and cube of it. Similarly here, cube of it. So in bracket, now here we left with minus 0.040 divided by 0.04 cube plus 0 minus 0.03 divided by 0.03 cube. Is it so or not? So 4, 9, 36. Minus 12, 9, minus 3. Now inside, just do what I say. 1 upon 0.4 cube. Just do these only. 1 by 0.4 by 0.4 by 0.04. Use calculator as I mentioned. 1 divided by 0.04 answer, divided by 0.04 answer, divided by 0.04, and you will get your answer for the first case. And do it for second part also. And then multiply. Even if it is not possible, then go for this minus 3. That means 0.036. You can write like that. 0.036. We can write like that. And then here, just use 1 by this and then multiply it with the bracket value. 1 by this and then multiply that value with bracket value. And show your x component and y component only. X component, whatever you got, by after summation, and y component after summation. And then multiply this quantity, which will give you your answer in this form only. What we are asked for? We asked for its magnitude. So your final step will be modulus of f is equals to square root of x square plus y square. This will give you final answer. This step will give you final answer.
સર
Yes.
સર પેલા 2 into 10 to power minus 6 માં ક્યુબ નહીં આવે Q1 Q2 Q3 છે ને 3 ને 3
Sorry.
હા એમાં ક્યુબ નહીં આવે ક્યુબ નહીં આવે
Oh, common કરવાનું પહેલા Q2 2 into 10 to minus 6.
Q1 રહી ગયું ને સર હા સર સમજી ગયો હા
Please do illustration 1.5 as the homework today. It's a simple numerical, as like we did yesterday. As like we did one yesterday. So complete the remaining part of this numerical and then go for 1.5 illustration number 1.5, which is a problem having the same method as one of the problems we completed yesterday. Okay, so we are stopping here as it is 15 past 11, and then we will continue with this topic tomorrow. So stay safe, stay home.